Just like summer moving into autumn, death is a process. So what is this process? What do the final months, weeks, and days look like for the person who is dying and the people who love them?
People are often scared of being with somebody who's dying because they don't know what to expect. They're most frightened of them in that moment of death. But actually the moment of death is normally incredibly peaceful because their suffering is finished and they're not here anymore.
So I've seen enormous healings happening in the last few weeks or even the last year, where they go back and they clean up some of what has happened in their familial relationships. And it's almost as if the roles that they had to play as mother, father, and child are released. And so then they can have this different experience in the last few weeks of just two human beings together.
It's so common for the spirit of a loved one to visit a person who's going to in palliative care or will die soon, and to give them a message of hope. Sometimes that message is nonverbal, it's just them showing up. And because I'm a chaplain, people will tell me first, possibly the nurse. And it always begins with, I don't know if you think I'm crazy, but.
With end-of-life experiences, these are the experiences that the dying have in the last, really the last 3 or 4 weeks before they die. When I went into the hospices and started asking questions, there was a split. The doctors knew that end-of-life experiences didn't occur, whereas the nurses who lived with them more or less on a daily basis thought they did. And that, I felt, produced a huge disadvantage for the dying, because it meant that one of the sets of experiences which are the most important that they're going to have in that phase of their life is being negated. And often they felt that they were enormously important.
As I began to do my research, I realised the importance of these experiences. And in fact, there's research to show that people who do have these deathbed visions, or people who have had a near-death experience, tend to have a more relaxed death as well. And it's people who don't understand these experiences or perhaps fight them that get some sort of distress. And so I think it's very important that as someone is dying, if their loved ones are with them or if nursing staff are with them, it's important that we validate these experiences so that they know that it is a real experience for them as well as they're dying.
I think people are worried they're going to hasten the death by talking about it. I'm sure that's not true. We know that once you start talking about the death and dealing with the death, and getting people more comfortable, then they actually live a little longer. Stop all the crazy medications that are trying to buy them one more day and let them just be. The body knows exactly what it's doing. The mind and the ego don't know how to die, but the body knows exactly how to die.